Turnabout Trigger from Prosecutor's Gambit. Just find out some Spotify stuff really quickly. There we go. Yeah, so yeah, we're continuing Turnabout Trigger from Prosecutor's Gambit, and yeah, we have one more part left to do. We have to do another investigation. We have to do another mind test. We have to do some more testimonies. So yeah, I want to get straight into this. So yeah, let's go. Let's continue. Letter A, new development. So yeah, last stream it was revealed that the guy who we knew was Shelly the Killer. Yeah, that was Shelly the Killer. Because he was like, "Oh no, my name is John Doe. I don't know anything about a murder." But it was like, "Yeah, no, actually, I'm Shelly the Killer, and I'm gonna, hold this guy hostage." So yeah. With the death of Bastion Rook and the revelation that Shelly the Killer was in our midst, the case had taken a turn that we could never have predicted. Mr. Knight ordered that the door to the presidential plane be opened, and the emergency personnel attending to Mr. Rook's body were asked to leave. With the scene cleared, we stepped cautiously aboard. Okay, so there's Edgeworth, there's Kay, there's Tabby Lloyd. So I got a name for a second there. There's Knight, and then there's Rook there, and then there's Shelly the Killer. The fucker. I'm just thinking, this guy's a security guard. Like, this guy could easily, take the knife out of his hands. But then again, he is a fucking assassin, so what the fuck is he gonna do? No president in sight. Now where could he be? Who knows? Yeah, he's fucking disappeared. So he's hiding behind the bulkhead door over there, is he? As courageous in the face of danger as ever. Sorry to disappoint, but did you seriously expect him to be standing here waiting to meet his assassin? As we have already established, my interest lies in the successful conclusion of this investigation. Now, Mr. Edgeworth, if you would be so kind as to examine the body. Alright, my only option right now is to play along. The rest is up to you, Detective Gumshoe. So the attempted assassination of the president has become the murder of a bodyguard. And my dad is calling me, I should be a second. went to the wrong screen then. I had to give my dad a charger back. You look like you could use a little help there, Mr. Edgeworth. Not that I need it, but yeah. That's what I thought. Then there's nothing else for it. Okay, Faraday, great thief extraordinaire. We'll just have to take it from here. Oh, really? You mean you're going to solve the case today? Nope. I thought not. But I will provide vital assistance. Now let's get to scouring this crime scene from top to bottom. Ooh, okay. It will take Detective Gumshoe a while to assemble our backup. So I'll need to draw this part of the investigation out for as long as possible. Okay. So I'm okay with us at least. But I don't remember what we said to Gumshoe to do last stream. Well, he said they're gonna examine the body, so let's examine the body first. I must scour the scene and inspect anything that catches my attention. It is so off-putting that they changed this line from, what was it? I think it was something like, in the first game it was, I must inspect every single suspicious looking nook and cranny. But I don't know why they changed it. Why did they change it? I liked the other one. Okay, we've got gunshot. The bullet seems to have entered just under his armpit and went clean through his body. Okay. He was hit in an area and his bulletproof vest didn't cover. Like it was on purpose or something, huh? The cause of death would appear to be loss of blood. Attempts were made to stanch it, but to no avail. Okay. The medics must have been brought in to try and save him. Sadly, it was too little too late. Then we've got this briefcase over here. It's a bulletproof attaché case. Bodyguards use them to shield their clients from gunfire. There were some in case photograph too. Looks like Rook and Knight each had one. Okay. Oh hey, that's the photo I snatched. You can hardly steal a photo at a public event, okay? But I'm snatching up a moment in time with every picture I take, you know. I take it snatch is your new favourite word. Maybe. I love Kay, she's great. Okay, but the body... never good as well. So the victim was also carrying a revolver. It looks like he was trying to use it. He probably drew it on instinct when he felt threatened. We should check to see if he managed to fire any rounds off. Oh, there are no other signs of the weapon having used. Was this one on loan from Zhangfa too? Yup, sure was. We're always issued with the same model gun. Okay. Wait, we already have a gun, don't we? We found a gun, don't we? Didn't we? Yeah, this revolver. And we have it in logic mode. Can we see it fully in? Yeah, it's the same gun. Is it? Wait, no, is it the same? I don't know if it's the same or not. It kind of looks like the same, just that revolver has a laser pointer thing on it, and I should really turn my light up, but I can't bother it. My dad actually managed to put a bulb in my light. I should probably turn it up in a minute. It's the victim, Mr. Bastian Rock, bodyguard to the president of Zhangfa. He's one of the guys that brought the president inside as soon as the shooting started, which means he continued to do his duty right up until his dying breath. At least he'll get posthumously promoted. Okay, it's better to know when to say nothing at all than to end up with your foot in your mouth. What do you mean? I mean, bodyguards don't even operate on the same rank promotion system as the police in the first place. Okay. Interesting. He has a badge. I'm guessing that's the... It kind of looks like a defense attorney badge. But I'm assuming it's like a bodyguard badge. Okay, I think we've examined... Wait, have we? I believe there's anything more to be found here. Okay. Consider we could examine the blood maybe. There are 2 large rectangles cut into the floor here. I can see hinges through the gaps. It's an emergency entrance disguised as an emergency exit. All the president would need to do is lower his rope ladder and make his miraculous escape, which would make it an exit, not an entrance. So which is it? It's an exit, but it's used as an entrance, but disguised as an exit. Yeah, I think. Congratulations, you've even confused yourself. That's quite the achievement. Achievement is misspelled. You guys can't see it. Achievement is misspelled. What the fuck? Capcom. Come on, Capcom. Okay. What should we investigate next? There's gas masks here. 2 gas masks. In case of a poison gas attack, I suppose. The president certainly seems to think he's at risk of assassination at all times. But why only 2? Why not 3? Because he has 2 bodyguards. Wow, gas masks. I've never seen one before. I've heard plenty about them, of course. Oh, from a fellow thief, I presume? No, from the German Ninja. You know, my favorite kids' TV show? Princess Murasaki was getting married, but Toxic Ninja Wolfsbane showed up to let out some sick burns. Time to tune out. I might save myself a brain cell or two. He's saying that as if he also doesn't watch the Steel Samurai. Like, Edward, we all know we all know that you're the Steel Samurai's #1 fan. Okay, chill out. Okay. Put this over here as well. Those are keychains there. Those look like the Signal Samurai keychains from, like, those things there look like the Signal Samurai keychains that Edward, Larry and Phoenix had in the anime. It's a solid circular life preserver designed to be used in case of an emergency on the water. Or rather, the sea to be more precise. Oh, the sea! I love the sea. We should go sometime. Sorry, but you'll have to make that particular trip without me. Oh, don't be like that. Come on, it'll be fun. We can have lobster rolls, ice cream, all that good stuff. Something tells me the sea isn't the main attraction for you, is it? Nope, it's for a cruise ship. Oh my god, he has a bird! A riot shield. Shut up, I don't care about the riot shield. And next to it, a canary in a cage. Oh, she's so sweet. That one. Did you ever see a cuter partner in crime? Well, yeah, she could help me with lockpicking and stuff like that. A great thief has no greater ally than nature, Mr. Edward. Sadly, such birds are most commonly used for detecting poisonous gases. Wait, this one isn't actually for that, is it? Look how cute she is. I love her. Okay, we're at the president's desk. I must scour the scene and inspect anything that catches my attention to Signal Samurai keychains. These personal safety alarms, boo, they're Signal Samurai keychains in my heart, are very colourful. Looks like they get a lot of use as well. I like the president. He seems like a thoughtful guy. Buying these for his kids, maybe his wife too. Why would they all be here if that was the case? No, these are for his own personal use. Objection, Your Honor. It is simply not possible for one person to use this many personal alarms. Why, you ask? Because he is human and therefore possesses only 2 hands. 20 hands wouldn't be enough to count the number of objections I have to that objection. What if one fails? What if both of them fail? Then you'll need at least 1 or 2 backups, you know? Wait, there's a bullet in this fucking thing. What is this? I can't remember what it's called. Bulletproof vest. That looks heavy. So this is what our president wears, huh? Must be made of something super special. Yeah, to protect him from bullets. What? So it's not just for show? Of course not. This is a bulletproof vest. Whoa. So that's what one of those looks like. Why didn't you just say so? Now I feel silly. You are silly, Kay. Very, very silly. Documents of some kind. We could always steal a glance. Yeah. Another security plan. Oh yeah, like the one from the trash can. So is the murderer someone else on the security team? Was it Knight? Did Knight kill Rook? Cause the angle would make sense. Cause Rook was shot in his left armpit and Knight was on his left. And the laser pointer could have been just a diversion. Like the other gun could have been just a diversion. And Knight's gun could have been the actual one to kill Rook. I thought the case already. Oh yeah, like the one for the trash can. Precisely. But wait, something feels off. What feels off? What feels off? Wait, let's look at the one we have. Also covered in case amphibious assault. March 19. Wait, what was the date on the other one? March 24th. And Rook is on the left of the president. Well, our left, the president's right, and their positions have switched. So the dates are different and these are different. It's the same rough diagram of the stage area. Yeah, like the other security plan we found. The one from earlier, you mean? Something's different, I'm sure of it. What could it mean? Time to put my powers of deduction to work. Okay, so let's go. So dates are different and the positions are different. That I need to present it. I keep forgetting that T is present and not space. The two plans are different. Was the security detail reorganized at some point? Probably. Oh, you're right. Yeah, we made some last minute changes yesterday. President's orders. Why the urgency? Because of what happened the day before. The killer here tried to take him down. He infiltrated the security detail, posed as one of us. Rook figured it out first, but not before the guy got within striking distance of the president. If our leader hadn't stepped in just then, we'd all have been out of a job. But he made it, and our friend here wound up with a seriously twisted arm. And that makes sense. Rook put a bullet in it for good measure too. And where were you while this was happening? You were the first one I overpowered, were you not? Oh, that's embarrassing. Shut up, kid. Now I get it. Your neck has barely begun to heal and you've already forgotten who I am. I'm disappointed. Ow. The killer caused his neck injury. What? It's you. Busted up my neck so bad I can't even look to my right. I was somewhat astonished to have sustained an injury at all. A testament to Mr. Rook's skill. He was truly a master of his craft. Okay, wait. So, I think my theory of that Knight killing Rook is still correct. But I think it was an accidental murder. I think the murder was accidental. Because he can't look from his... Because from where he was standing... So I think the killer was the one trying to kill the president. And I think he was the one to shoot at the president. And I think... So, from where the killer would have been shooting, that would have been on Knight's right. That would have been on Knight's right. So, and he had like basically no time to react. So he immediately pulled out his gun and aimed for his right, but he can't really look right. So, when he was shooting, he accidentally shot Rook instead of the killer. A testament to Mr. Rook's skill. He was truly a master of his craft, unlike a certain other someone I can mention. I'm just as good as he ever was. You are a pawn to his queen, my young friend. What the heck do you know? So that's why you remembered Mr. Rook's name. You admired his skills as a bodyguard? Indeed. While I was serving on the team, I learned the names of all the operatives. But his in particular stayed with me. It joined a very short list of those who have ever successfully wounded me. So that's the connection he was talking about. And that's why we changed up the security plan. Had to be sure there weren't any more assassins in the rank. The president didn't want anybody on stage he didn't trust, and he only trusts 2 people, me and Rock. Okay. How does that explain your change of position? Oh yeah, he switched over to the right hand side. I told you I can't turn my neck to the right. Could only cover the president's left side. So I wound up moving to the right side of the stage. Okay. We've got this fucking thing, whatever it is. A curious figure of a curious animal with a curious expression is staring straight at me. And look, there's a big lever right by its butt. Don't even think about it. Oh, I wasn't thinking of anything, I swear. I imagine that lever opens the panels beneath my feet. Oh, I see. So he's standing on a trap door. I strongly advise you not to pull it. Do so, and you will regret it. You know, I'm okay with taking some advice, especially when it's from a professional killer. Wait, I want to look at the achievements for this case. So it's for completing it. And then there might be some more. Those 2, they were completed on Friday. Let me have a see. Let me have a look. I don't think there are actually. I don't think there are any others other than just completing it. I don't think. I don't think there's any others other than the ones we did yesterday, and then the one for completing it. We can type okay. Let's have a look at these first. It's a bank of monitors displaying camera feeds from in and around the plane. I must scout the scene and inspect anything that catches my attention. Why is this one fuzzy? Why is this one the only one that's, you know, not displaying shit? These monitors are displaying the cockpit and parts of the plane's exterior, but I don't see anything out of the ordinary. I doubt that he finds anything out of the ordinary, but like, yeah, that one, I don't get why that one's staticky. We can still examine 4 of them though, out of the 9. What on earth is this? Oh, that is the president's favourite plushie. It's a memento of something. Anyway, don't touch. But if that's the case, then why is it being left up there like nobody cares about it? Yeah, that's pretty weird. It certainly wouldn't be the first place I would think to display a beloved item. But are those shards of glass underneath it? I thought something seemed strange about this cubby hole, but now I'm sure of it. There was almost certainly another monitor here. Yeah. This monitor is displaying a feed of this very room. They didn't go cheap when they bought these, huh? Very high res. Oh, I'm afraid I can't quite tell myself, but I can even see the little crow's feet around your eyes. Oh, my bad. They're just the usual deeply etched lines, you know, on your forehead. If you've quite finished, yeah, at this point he's not that old. He's like late 20s. That's the outside of the plane. Most intruders could not hope to approach without being spotted, but such measures would be mere child's play in my case. Wow, you're saying you can get past cameras like these without being seen? Of course, with ease. You have to teach me how, please. Are you taking on apprentices by any chance? Kay, you do realize who you're talking to, don't you? Yeah. There's a big difference between a great thief and a great assassin. Like, Kay, please. He's a murderer. Sorry. Had to ask though. What a great skill for a great thief to know. Again, he's an assassin. Unfortunately for you, I'm not the type to take on understudies. You're not, huh? Shame. Shame? In what way, exactly? Yeah, that's a bullet fucking dodged. Like, huh? I don't understand her logic at all. Okay, we have everything. I think we've got everything. I think examine that. Okay, the president's in there. You know, let's try and connect some shit. So, bulletproof vest, bulletproof body. That's connected up. 2 bullets were fired in total. We know this because 2 shots were heard. One traveled through the flag and into the balloon. The other took Mr. Rook's life. But there's a bullet in the president's vest too, right? How is that possible? How indeed? The numbers don't add up. However, there is one possible explanation. There is. After passing through his body, the bullet that took Mr. Rook's life then found itself lodged in the vest. In other words, 2 of our bullets were in fact 1. No way. He's right. If the president hadn't been wearing that vest, things could have been a lot worse. And he wasn't injured at all by the impact. Even when obstructed by a vest, a bullet can inflict serious damage. Sure, I've known guys who got broken bones that way, but the president's okay. He's made of strong stuff. Sounds like he didn't even need a vest. Let's not get carried away here. I want that bullet's ballistic markings analysed. Remind me what those are again. Guns leave a unique pattern of grooves on every bullet they fire. By examining these grooves, we can use them to identify which gun it came from. Think of them as fingerprints of a sort. You can tell that from a bullet, then what are we waiting for? Analyze away. Might be easier said than done. That bullet hit solid armor. The impact will have completely flattened it. You'll be lucky if there's anything left for forensics to find. What? But I was all set for some analyzing. She's becoming Emma Sky, I swear. Okay. Wait, what else have I got to? I'll just have another look around. There's a wide selection of protective equipment here. Bulletproof vests, hazmat gear. No way, there's even a spacesuit. I get the sense that the president thinks he's very much in need of protection at all costs. But what if he was in a gunfight and there was poison gas everywhere, and he was in space? What would he do then, huh? Then he simply put on the bulletproof vest, the hazmat gear, and the spacesuit. That's probably easier said than done. Yeah, probably. Someone has left an inflatable board and an oar here. Wait, board and oar? Boat and an oar. Probably so it's ready to go at any time. Wait, but there's only 1 oar. You can still row with 1 oar, you know. Yeah. The president is on the other side of this door. And what door it is, but I could get the better of it though. Get the better of it? Doors aren't there to be beaten. But look how heavy it is. Look at that lock. It's just sitting there begging me to try it. Calm down, Kay, and think. Why might this door be locked? For me to open it, of course. Precisely, for you to open it, of course. No. Please no, okay. Wait, what is the right answer anyway? Wait, what else do we have to do? Oh wait, we've got to connect something else. What's gun 6? Yeah, these are the same gun. The 2 guns are exactly the same, meaning it's likely that the one we found is also from Zhangfa. Okay, that's been updated in our organizer. The bodyguards all got their guns from Zhangfa authorities, right? Yeah. Are they like super rare or anything? No, I don't believe so. This model isn't exactly easy to come by in this country, but it's certainly not impossible either. Boo! And here I thought they might be valuable treasures. Yeah, it is something of a shame. Whoa, I just mentioned treasures and you actually responded for once. I only mean to point out that if the guns were rarer, it would be much easier to trace them. which would have made them treasures of the evidence variety, I suppose. Ha! See? Everything's a treasure hunt one way or another, including this investigation. You could say that. Alright then, it's treasure hunting time. On with the investigation. She certainly seems a lot more enthusiastic all of a sudden. That's quite enough investigating for now. Oh, fuck off, man. Fuck off. What is taking so long, Detective Gumshoe? Well, Mr. Edgeworth, have you solved the case? No, not yet. Is that so? Then perhaps interviewing another key witness might help you do so. Another witness? Who? You don't mean the most important witness of all, the man on the other side of that door, the president. He really intends to have me question the president. Now, if you would be so kind as to summon him, Mr. Edgeworth, stop right there, the killer. You notice if you think I'd let him anywhere near you. Well, Mr. President, I'm sure you are watching us through your security feed, aren't you? In which case, I politely request that you show yourself. That is, if you value your bodyguard's life. Come on, Prez. Well then, if nothing else, we now know what kind of a man you really are. Mr. President, stop! You can't do this. Let's go, just calm down, alright? Come on, Detective, where the blazes are you? The lights, what's happening? Listen well, Mr. Edgeworth. I would advise you to stay very still. It seems I will not be granting my audience with the president after all, even with Mr. Knight's life as my bargaining chip. No, stop! Okay, you'll get away with this, the killer. I have seen enough, and now I know the truth. Where are you? Where did you go? I leave the rest in your capable hands, Mr. Edgeworth. Where the fuck is he going? He's just fucking off. What the fuck? Edgeworth, Detective Gumshoe? Sir, Mr. Edgeworth, sir! Nice! Fine. Wait, Edgeworth's fucking fainted though. What the fuck is going on? I must have been knocked unconscious by something, by the killer probably. Sir, you okay? Are you alright, Mr. Edgeworth? Never mind me, he didn't hurt you, did he, Kay? Fine. Only just woke up myself. My head will be sore for a while, but that's about it. So you can stop worrying. Detective, did you manage to stop the killer? Well, see, Miss Lloyd came running out of the plane and she told us he'd flown the coop. We were too late, I'm sorry, sir. But he got over there told us something too. Seems to have an inflatable boat missing from by the window. There, it's fucking gone! What the fuck is it? The killer stole it. Fuck's sake. The killer must have stolen it and rowed himself across the lake. Oh yeah, we're at Gold Lake. Yeah, I forgot about that. What about the cordon around the park? I called everybody back in to stake out the plane, including the guy stationed across the water. No, so he's completely slipped through our fingers? Not the best look for the department, but yeah. Hey Edgeworth! Mr. Knight, you're alive. Yeah, no thanks to that murderer. Oh, that reminds me. I found this lying on the ground next to you, Mr. Edgeworth. A calling card, marked with a seashell. Guess he wanted to leave a message. Yep. That fucking bitch. I fucking hate him on a fucking putting in his face. The killer usually leaves these next to the bodies of his victims. But you're not dead, sir. But it could have been. Maybe that's the message. Can't stop thinking about his quiet words. I have seen enough, and now I know the truth. I leave the rest in your capable hands, Mr. Edgeworth. What the fuck does he mean by that? I mean, I know he kind of has morals. You know, when he kind of cussed out Matt and God for betraying that contract in Farewell My Turnabout. But yeah. But yeah, he doesn't really have that good of morals, seeing as though he's, you know, an assassin. So, yeah. I'll be a second. I'm trying to someone. Roger that. I'll clear out here, sir. Over. Huh? What's going on? That was the president. He's coming out. Now? We could have just avoided that whole fiasco if he had come out sooner. We could have managed to arrest the killer. That fucking dickhead. That fucking bitch. What the fuck? Come on, President. You couldn't have had worse timing. He's a beefy guy as well. He could have taken down the killer. Where's your fucking logic? So he's the president of Zhangfa, Mr. Dijun Wang. And you are? It's an honor to meet you, Mr. President. My name is Miles Edgeworth. The honor is all mine, Mr. Edgeworth. I am Dijun Wang. Your efforts on behalf of Zhangfa have not gone unnoticed. You averted something of a crisis. You must be referring to the Yetagor Razu case. Thank you, sir, but all I did was solve a few local cases of murder. You are too humble. I've been observing your investigation. You are an impressive operator, Mr. Edgeworth. Even if the killer did get away. Yeah, no thanks to you. That's very kind of you to say. So he was watching through his security feed. Sadly, I must inform you that this is as far as your investigation goes. Fuck no! No! We have to keep investigating. We have to. We actually have to. Yeah, I should be a second. But yeah, we have to keep investigating. What do you mean? Hear me, foolish prosecutor, for I should say this only once. Knight has apprised me of the state of affairs. And from this point forward, the case will be handled by Zhangfa's police force, the finest in the world. Fuck no. Fuck no, this happened on Gold Lake in our country. This happened in Japanifornia. This happened in Japanifornia. We have to investigate. Even with the killer out of the picture, they're still looking to get me thrown off the case. What do you think you're doing, pal? Nobody talks to Mr. Edgeworth like that. If it hadn't been for him, the killer would have... Detective. Forgive him, Mr. President, but I must confess to being somewhat confused. I fail to see how or why this case falls within Zhangfa's jurisdiction. You fail to see? Enough, puny prosecutor. You are talking to the future chief prosecutor. So, shut your fucking mouth. You seek explanations from a head of state? I say no, 1,000 times no. I will not explain myself to you. That's probably how we got in this fucking situation, because you don't explain your shit. Now hand over the evidence you have gathered and remove yourselves from this plane. I'd do as he says if I were you, Edward. This can't really be the end of the line, can it? Jesus fucking Christ, what the fuck? Case had to Mr. We don't have shit. We don't have anything. All of it is gone. All of it is fucking gone. We only have our prosecutor's badge. This fucking dickhead. Why won't he let us continue our fucking investigation? This would not end well. This would not end well, I'm sure of it. Why let us come so far only to pull the case out from under us? Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Now you may leave. No! Fuck you. Knight, detain the suspect. Yes, sir, by the way, who the fuck is the suspect? To make an attempt on my life to murder one of my faithful servants? The effrontery, the villainy. I didn't murder nobody. You're gonna take off Lloyd? Okay, did I suspect her last time? I don't think so. I don't know. But, like, you can't arrest her. Like, come on. We all know that it's night. Come on. She didn't kill nobody. Because I... Shut up. Shut your mouth, Miss Journalist. Stop being a dick to her. Answer me this. In a world already lousy with lies, deception, sin, and iniquity, can we stand by and suffer yet another crime to go unpunished? I say no, 1,000 times no. There can be no forgiveness. There can be no surrender. Why, you ask me? And I will tell you. He's hiding something. I'm certain of it. If I leave now, we'll never know the truth. Mr. Edgeworth, sir. Mr. Edgeworth, there's got to be something we can do. I don't think there is. I don't think there is. Think, Miles. Remember, how many times have you faced situations like this in the courtroom? You've confronted the lies of witnesses and countered the arguments of other lawyers. Phoenix. Has the critical evidence always been laid at your feet? No. And yet you always got to the truth of the situation in the end. With your greatest weapon of all, your words. How many times have you lost to Phoenix again, Edgeworth? How many times? My test, go. And let's analyze the state of play. Begone, puny prosecutor, or do you dare defy the direct order of a president? He's not going to listen. He clearly means to drown out any objection by means of pure rhetorical force. When an opponent is on the offensive, the best thing I can do is bide my time and wait for an opening. As he said himself, he's a head of state, a seasoned politician. He won't open himself up to attack easily. I can't let him bully me into submission. I have to stay calm and alert. If I can read his movements and expressions correctly, I may be able to find my moment. My first aim should be to find out why he is insisting on Zheng Fa taking over the case. The blood is set. Time to make my opening gambit. He will take over the case. Did I give you permission to speak? No, a thousand times no. By that time. I'm the leader of Zheng Fa. I have no time for your insolent backtrack. I was simply hoping to confirm one basic fact. You say that the investigation will now be assigned to your national police force? I do. Now I know through your pointless questions. Goodbye. The interior of this place is the sovereign territory of Zheng Fa. You have no rights here. Is that so? Could it be that our current location itself is significant so far? I should keep that in mind. It could be a useful clue. Explain to me why I'm off the case. Could you at least explain to me why I'm off the case? Imbecile. Cease your insolent jabbering. I need not explain myself to you. My reasons are my own, and they are none of your concern. Perhaps it is time to employ my clue. Are they related to our current location? In the course of our conversation, I've deduced certain facts from your behavior, Mr. President. For example, you seem particularly aggressive when discussing our current location. You smell me smart, Alec. As you said yourself, the presidential plane is the sovereign territory of Zheng Fa. And from that, we can infer that you believe the rules of extraterritoriality apply inside here. Is that correct? Enough. Cease your objectionable whining. I think it's getting too hot to you, Mr. President. You can rant and roar all you like, but you won't escape my scrutiny. It was unmistakable. The moment I mentioned extraterritoriality, you became visibly agitated. Boom, fuck you. You think you're clever, don't you? Let me answer your little question. It's true, extraterritoriality applies. Your law means nothing here. And why? Why does that matter, you ask? It matters because it means you are powerless. You have neither influence nor authority here. Interesting. So the extraterritoriality issue does have something to do with all this. I just remembered something. Rook was not a Zheng Fa bodyguard. He was, in fact, from Japanifornia. Meaning that there's an issue with extraterritoriality, because if he had been a Zhengfa bodyguard, then probably extraterritoriality could be applied with no issue. But the straight issue is that he's not a Zhengfa bodyguard. He's from Japanifornia. So where does that leave us, Mr. President? Because we've got this complicated issue of where someone, because it's a Zhengfa plane, or at least I assume it's a Zhengfa plane. We've just been assuming it's a Zhengfa plane. Is it not a Zhengfa plane? Because if it was from what is it, Goyu Airlines or whatever the fuck they're called, then we could be like, oh no, it's not a Zhengfa airline. Then he doesn't have extraterritoriality. But yeah, we don't know if the plane he's on is actually a Zhengfa airline. We assume so, but we don't know if it actually is. So yeah, we've got this kind of complicated issue where a man from Japanifornia, aka this country, aka, well, in the Japanese dub it's Japan, in the original Japanese it's Japan, in the English dub it's the US, so that's why people call it Japanifornia. So we've got this issue of a bodyguard from Japanifornia who was protecting the president of Zhengfa was killed on technically Zhengfa grounds. And we kind of had this also issue of extraterritoriality in Ten About a Blaze with the embassies, with the Babalese and the, what's the other one called? The Babal embassy and the, I can't remember what the other one is called, but the two embassies of the split then rejoined Codopia. But yeah, we had the issue of that in Ten About a Blaze. And then we've got a more complicated issue of extraterritoriality, because again, I'm just repeating the same points over and over again. But yeah, Rook wasn't a Zhengfa agent. He was killed on technically Zhengfa ground because Zhengfa plane, but he was not from Zhengfa. Interesting. So the extraterritoriality issue does have something to do with all this. Let's dig a little deeper into the claim that the plane is sovereign territory, shall we? Ooh. And our time has gone back up to max. This next move will surely decide the victor. He may be the president, but nobody is untouchable. I just have to find the right angle of attack. Does our rule really apply here? You believe that extraterritoriality applies here, but can you prove it? Do you even understand what you are asking? Of course, if I didn't, I wouldn't ask. Have you no shame, calling into question the good word of one such as myself? By that time, I have no more time for this. You clearly cannot be safe from your own foolishness. You needn't worry about me. I'm not the one who needs saving. That would be Miss Lloyd, the woman who is being wrongfully accused of this crime. Your chivalry is admirable, but it changes nothing. The right to extraterritoriality cannot be denied. This is Zhengfa. If I want to take this any further, I'll need a clue of some kind. Let me try another attack for now. Okay. You've overplayed your hand. Surely you see that you have overplayed your hand? Nobody asked for your opinion. You need only obey me, nothing else. By that time. You dare to tell me how to govern? How to lead? You dare contradict me? On the matter of Miss Lloyd's guilt, yes I do. No, she is guilty. She is the culprit. There's nothing left to debate. By that time. Who else could have fired from outside the plane? There is no other viable suspect. Fascinating. So he's claiming that Miss Lloyd fired at him from outside the plane, aka not Zhengfa territory. Also, it was basically, it was Japanifornia, but Japanifornia, that's what I was about to say. Japanifornia territory. Why did I missay that. I don't know. Yeah, but it was to Japanifornia territory, cause they're on God Lake. But it was Japanifornia territory, not Zhengfa territory. This could be a vital clue. Does that rule really apply here? You believe that extraterritoriality applies here, but can you prove it? Do you even understand what you are asking? Of course, you can't fucking prove it because it doesn't apply here. If I didn't, I wouldn't ask. Have you no shame calling into question the good word of one such as myself? Final time. I have no more time for this. You clearly cannot be saved from your own foolishness. You needn't worry about me. I'm not the one who needs saving. That would be Miss Lloyd, the woman who's been wrongfully accused of this crime. Your chivalry is admirable, but it changes nothing. The right to extraterritoriality cannot be denied. This is Zhengfa. Time to deploy my cue. She fired at you from outside the plane. Again, not Zhengfa territory. I may not be able to call the extraterritoriality of the presidential plane into doubt. However, according to you, she shot at you from outside the aircraft, right? In which case, extraterritoriality could not possibly apply in this case. Your assertion is entirely without merit, and the detainment of Miss Lloyd cannot be justified. Yeah, fuck you. Fuck you. How could I have bested by a mere prosecutor? But I am the president. The president of ours. Okay. Hello. Thank you for the look. Checkmate. I trust you won't mind if we continue our investigation now, Mr. President. I hereby officially and unreservedly confirm my approval. Consider it a gesture of the magnanimity and generosity for which my good office is known. Yes, for without noble acts such as these, unmistakably and irrefutably, for which reason we hereby... There can be no other outcome, for our goals are lofty and our hearts... And in 5 minutes, by the way, people of Zhengfa, I swear to you here and now, this investigation will continue. I thought when he could have just said, okay, you got me. Mr. Knight, if you would care to return the evidence. Take it. Ooh, evidence is back! Woohoo! All our evidence is back! Woohoo! We did it, Mr. Edgeworth. We sure did. And now the investigation can continue. Whatever, enjoy your pocket full of pawns. I'll be over here enjoying how you put them into play. Then you'll definitely enjoy my next move. Mr. President, one more favor, if you would be so kind. What is it? Could you please give us your testimony concerning the incident itself? Now you want me to testify? Yeah? Whoa, that's your next move. If you want the president to testify, you have to take him to court. All in good time, Mr. Knight. You'll get his day in court soon enough. The president was acting suspicious, so maybe he was the one to kill Rook. But if a person of interest refuses to cooperate at the investigative stage of the process, they are obliged to provide detailed justification as to their reason for doing so. That's... What's the matter? Is there something you'd rather we didn't? No. Stand down, Knight. I'll do as the prosecutor asks. Thank you for your cooperation. Now listen, and listen well. Where was I when the incident occurred? The stage, of course. Suddenly, Rook and Knight jumped in front of me. Then, bang! A shot rang out and a plain, unblemished balloon of red exploded nearby. It was a steel samurai balloon, though. That's not fucking red. That's barely. That's like there's a bit of red, sure, but if I was to describe the steel samurai balloon, I would immediately say, oh, a grey balloon was popped, because that's like the main. That's like the first main color I see when I see a steel samurai, right? Not hesitating for an instant, my bodyguards tried to escort me back to the safety of the plane. And then, the second shot. The bullet went right through Rook and lodged itself in the bulletproof vest I was wearing. I guess if you look at it in one way, the president is also a victim here. Yeah, the victim of an attempted assassination. Rook was simply in the wrong place at the wrong time. But I would say even weirder, why would the target of a crime try to obstruct the investigation? My guess is that there's something behind all of this that he doesn't want made public. I got rubber. I knew there was more to this case than meets the eye. And the president isn't the only one who knows the truth. Isn't that right, Mr. Knight? Time to get to the bottom of this once and for all. Okay, I know what to present. Let's go to what this third statement here, where he said about the balloon. Steel samurai balloon. You say it was a plain red balloon that burst, but I strongly beg to differ. What? Take a look at this. I think you'd agree that it's hardly plain, wouldn't you? No. What? Who is that? Mr. President, meet the Steel Samurai. I would have hoped you might recognize him, especially if you're hoping to ingratiate yourself with the people of this country. Yeah, you need to watch the Jamming Ninja too, he's amazing. So you see, the balloon that was struck by the bullet was anything but plain. It was in fact of the Steel Samurai. But the briefing mentioned 2 plain red balloons. There they are, right on the security plan. They do look pretty plain, don't they? Just simple, round balloons. Knight, what's the meaning of this? Explain yourself. Yeah, Mr. President. It seems the Steel Samurai balloons were borrowed at the last minute, sir. Borrowed? That's what we were told. Guess they only reported the incident to us bodyguards, though. Seems there was a little trouble here on site last night. One of the original balloons burst somehow, so they swapped it in as an emergency replacement. Added that soon. Yeah, one of the star holders happened to have it. I bet it was Larry. From what I hear, he was more than willing to lend it out. A very happy-go-lucky kind of guy, they said. A happy-go-lucky star holder with a Steel Samurai balloon to spare? Huh. It was Larry. They filled just the bottom part up with air to make it look like the other ornamental balloon. Oh! So while it was a Steel Samurai balloon, it was made to look like a plain red one above water. That makes sense. Is that the look in Charlotte? Knight? Why was I not involved in this? Sorry sir, we didn't think it was a pressing issue. And indeed, you saw it and knew no different, correct? Yeah, I suppose so. Could he really have mistaken the Steel Samurai's pants for a plain red balloon? Still, Mr. President, I struggle to see how you wouldn't have noticed something different about the balloon. Of course. What's that outburst for? Now I remember. And the ad is in progress. I'm just gonna check some discardy stuff at the moment while the ad is in progress. Okay, so many notifications. Oh my god, I'm so popular. That's so amazing. What am I gonna ramble? I never know what to ramble about during these ad moments, but yeah. But yeah, this president guy certainly is very suspicious. Certainly is extremely suspicious. What am I gonna... I don't want this part of the VOD to be like very dead, because I know there's people who are gonna be there watching it on YouTube, but yeah, I don't want it to be like totally dead. And yes, I'm putting on moisturizer again. I do that. I swear I do that like every like ad break now. I just put on moisturizer. So yeah. I think I might record some stuff on Oswork tomorrow maybe, but I'm not sure. After uni. I'm not sure, we'll have to see. I'll have to see. Or maybe like next weekend at some point. I'll have to see. Like sometime next week I want to record something on Oswork and post it to YouTube. But yeah. I'm gonna start out my fucking sleeve because it's fucking annoying me, man. Oh my god. And my hair gets so annoying as well, like underneath it, like it gets like knotty very easily quickly, so I always you just have like a lot of like it's just very annoying. So if you ever see me like struggling with my hair, it's cause there's like a massive fucking knot, like not like a big knot, but like a tiny knot under my hair. And welcome back from the ad. I was just talking about my hair for reference. Now I remember, I could barely see the balloon. You couldn't see it? That's right, the wind was blowing too hard. This man needs glasses. The flags to the side of the stage were flapping incessantly and blocking my view. Is that so? Yeah, because it wouldn't have blocked the whole balloon. Yeah, those two flags, they were being blown back towards me. Again, they wouldn't have blocked the whole balloon though. There would have been a strong wind blowing right around the time of the incident. Strong enough to blow the flags in such a fashion, but is that conflicts in any way with our understanding of the case? I guess so. Thank you, Mr. President. Your testimony has revealed yet another contradiction. It has? Yeah, a contradiction that could turn this entire case on its head. When I arrived on the scene, the wind had died down and the flags were resting calmly for the most part. But if the wind had previously been blowing the flags as the president describes, a certain piece of evidence suddenly takes on a very different meaning. Which piece of evidence contradicts the stated conditions of the stage at the time of the incident? Wait, what do we... Bullet trajectory, maybe? Take that! Earlier, we deduced that the bullet that struck the steel samurai balloon and the bullet that passed through the flag were one and the same. From these two things, we further deduced the trajectory that the bullet must have taken. I'm just checking something really quickly. Okay, there we go. And we concluded that our shooter must have fired from the left side of the spectator area. But if the flags were blowing as the president describes, our conclusion becomes quite different. No way, if the flags were pointed in the other direction. Exactly. Our trajectory changes completely. Oh. Meaning that either the president or Knight shot through that, because the only people that would have had the ability to shoot through that angle would have been either the president or Knight, because Knight was standing like around here and then Rook was standing around here, so he wouldn't have quite the same trajectory to shoot through the flag and the balloon like that. And if we trace that trajectory back to its source, we can ascertain who really fired the shot. Wait, but Mr. Edgeworth, that would mean... Yeah, I know, we may not yet understand the reason why, but I can only admit one person who did it. Who does the bullet's new trajectory implicate as the one who fired the shot? Knight. Take that! The person who fired that shot was none other than you, Mr. Knight. What? The path from the balloon back through the flag leads directly to the spot where you were standing. But the guy's one of the president's bodyguards. Why the heck would he go around shooting balloons? This is absurd. What exactly are you trying to imply? That Mr. Knight, a man who saved my life countless times, is my would-be assassin? Seriously, Edward, we've put up with a lot from you, but this? With President Wang's bodyguards with the pieces put on the board to protect the king. I'll handle this night. Sorry, sir. Mr. Edward, the wind was indeed blowing quite fiercely around the time of my speech, but the wind can pick up and die away in an instant, can it not? Therefore, I need proof that it was blowing hard enough to lift the flags during that crucial moment. The first shot was fired right around the time the president raised his fist. Photographs? We use case photographs, maybe? I have a piece of evidence that shows just that. Perhaps it can also show us what was happening with the flag then too. The photographs. Okay, we have Kay's photograph. We have that one, we have that one, and we have that one. With part of the flag flapping it in this direction. Nope. Wrong key. Your proof is in this picture right here. This should be good. Which picture? Where? We can see which way the flag was really blowing. Right here.
Take that!
Dun, dun, dun. Well, do you deny that it clearly shows the flag? There we have it, proof that it was blowing towards you at the moment of the shooting. So that means our pal right over there did shoot the balloon, making him the assassin. Mr. Knight. Ooh, is he the assassin? Is he assassin? I wanna say yeah, but no, I don't know. I don't think we have enough proof directly linking him at the moment. I don't think. Mr. Knight is not the assassin. He may have shot the balloon, but the president was on the other side of him entirely. Therefore, he can't have been aiming at his boss. Yeah, besides, why would he even shoot the balloon? What would be the point? And watch how you answer on my aim for something else next. There was a point, I'm sure of it. If I can figure out what it was, perhaps I can finally put this whole conundrum to rest. Knight definitely shot the balloon. That fact alone changes everything about the case. Ooh. Knight shot the balloon. Knight's position? Okay, we got that right. Why did Knight's assigned position change? I told you I can't turn my neck to the right. I could only cover the president's left side. So I wound up moving to the right of the stage. But is that the only reason? Let us suppose that the plan hadn't changed, that Knight had remained posted on the left. Given that he was unable to turn his head to the right, would he even have been able to shoot the balloon closest to him? No, he wouldn't. He would have shot the president. Could it be that the security plan was changed for the express purpose of popping one of the balloons? And if we suppose that to be the case, the two plans are different. Was the security detail reorganized at some point? Yeah, we made some last minute changes yesterday. President's orders. That's right, the president was the one who ordered the change. Huh. Assassination attempt and change of plans. That's the only things we can connect at the moment. That's right. What the fuck is going on? If I'm reading things right, the president knew in advance about the balloon shooting, which means that he must have had foreknowledge he would be in someone's crosshairs today as well. And if that's true, then everything else that's been bothering me falls neatly into place. How did the shooter get a gun past such heavy security? And where would they then carry out the shooting wearing such a conspicuous item of clothing? Why use a laser sight that would give away their location in an instant? And how did the president suffer no injuries at all despite a direct hit to his vest? These are the questions that Knight and the President don't want us to consider. There is only one possible reason for Mr. Knight to have fired his gun. To create the illusion of an assassination attempt. What? Wait, did they hire the killer for a fake assassination attempt? Idiot, you do understand what you're saying. Oh, I understand all too well. I understand everything now. Most of all, I understand why you were so keen to take this investigation off my hands, Mr. President. You wanted your real plans to remain hidden. How dare you speak to me that way? Is this some sort of joke? Oh, it's no joke, I assure you. It is simply the truth as revealed by the careful application of logic and reasoning, nothing more. The first shot was fired by Mr. Knight with the specific intention of hitting that balloon. The sound of gunfire and the bursting of the balloon were guaranteed to cause a panic. And then he fired again. He did? Yeah, he fired 2 bullets, both of which were aimed at the balloon. As for why he did so, it's because the second shot was designed to create the impression that the President had been hit. So then, what's the deal with the one in the vest? I'm willing to bet that the bullet was planted there long before the shooting ever occurred. So Mr. Heroic President didn't take a bullet after all. That's not true, I'll try to tell you. We'll be able to verify that for ourselves once we take a closer look at the bullet. At the very least, we can expect to find traces of Mr. Rook's blood on it, correct? But you said it yourself, you found the shooter in a photograph, the person with the red hood. I thought I made myself clear. The trajectory points to only one possible shooter, Mr. Knight. Then where does Tabby fit into all of this? She was simply one part of their plan. In order to place the suspicion elsewhere, they set about creating a fake assassin, the highly suspicious person with the red hood. I have yet to ascertain exactly how complicit Miss Lloyd was in the whole scheme, but I can say with some confidence that none of the shots were fired by her. I suspect her only job was to point a laser sight at the President. That's right, then I was tasked with turning your jacket inside out the moment the crowd flew into a panic, yeah, thus making the mysterious red-hooded shooter disappear in the blink of an eye. Then when the gun and the security plan were later found in the trash can, it would have all... That's me. It would have all appeared to have been the work of an assassin so skilled they could vanish into thin air. But then the case would have gone cold. Exactly what our friends here were hoping for. Makes sense now why they wanted you off the case. Indeed, because the entire affair was a cheap ruse perpetrated by the President himself. Is Miles gonna overthrow a president in the first case of his second game where he is the main character? Well, main character that we play as, because he was the main character in the first Phoenix Wright game, but you know, but he's, you know, I should really rephrase that. But yeah, is he gonna be overthrowing a president in a tutorial case? Come on, Miles. Because Apollo and Phoenix overthrew a queen in the final case, except for the DLC case about time travelers. But yeah, the final case of the main storyline of Spirit of Justice, the third game in the Apollo Justice trilogy, and he's doing it in the tutorial case of the second game of his collection. What? The presidential mask has well and truly slipped. I admit it. The entire assassination was a lie, wasn't it? If that stupid chief prosecutor hadn't insisted on assigning you. How can I let this happen?
Objection!
That's enough, Edgeworth. Mr. Knight. Sorry, I'm speaking to the president right now. Yeah, I'm doing my job as a knight. I'm protecting my king. But you just can't tell. You just emptied your gun. So go ahead, keep putting it in your mouth. He just emptied your gun. We all saw that. He just emptied his gun of bullets. Fuck is he doing? Perhaps it would be better if we stuck to threatening each other with words. He wouldn't, would he? Again, you just saw him empty his gun. Nah, I don't need this thing to shut you up. Alright, my move. Question. You claim I fired my gun from on stage. How do you figure I did that? In front of a crowd of thousands. An excellent point. Time for my counter move, I suppose. You had a certain something that allowed you to conceal your actions. A certain something, huh? Mighty specific. What did Knight use to hide his actions from the crowd? The attaché case. Whatever the fuck it's called. My attaché case? Yeah, take a look at Kay's photograph. Your right hand is completely obscured by the case. At the very moment this picture was taken, you were firing your gun, and in such a way that you wouldn't be detected.
Objection.
You don't like to let the facts get in the way of a good theory, do you, Edgeworth? Shame you don't seem to have noticed. Noticed what? That theories are all you have. Conjectures, nothing more. The flag was billowing in the wind at precisely the right moment. I hit my gun with my attaché case. We changed the security plan because I couldn't turn my head. It's all just speculation, circumstantial evidence at best. You can't prove any of it. If you at least had the bullet that burst the balloon, you might have a scrap of credibility. Imagine you could have run forensics to see if it matched my gun, but no, that bullet is at the bottom of the lake. You gotta go dredge it up. I hate to say it, but he's right. I don't have anything concrete. I thought no. Maybe now you can shut your mouth. Is it Gumshoe? Oh no, it's Tabby. Miss Lloyd. Of course, she could shed some light on this whole situation. I just need to get her to talk. What's the matter? Something you want to say, Miss Journalist? Nah, never mind. Come on, Tabby. Come on. That's what I thought. Miss Lloyd. I need you to be brave. If you don't speak up, the truth will be lost forever. You are a journalist after all, are you not? Dang it. I can't stay quiet any longer. You understand what you're doing, right? I think carefully before opening that mouth of yours. And again, we just saw you empty your gun, so you don't have shit against her. I was so focused on bagging me a skip, I forgot the most important thing of all. Real journalists don't lie. Something that Lotta Hart can't really attest to, really. Ain't no dang scoop if it ain't the truth. I'm sorry, Mr. Edgeworth, I should have showed you this before. What is it? It's the laser pointer I used on the president. But that's all I done. I never shot nobody. You stupid. I thought I told you you squeal and you go down as an accomplice. It was him who told me to do it. I was at Shenfar's embassy sniffing out a story like I told you. This was 3 days back. He comes up to me out of the blue, just starts talking. He just starts yapping. Help me out and I'll get you exclusive access to the president, that kind of stuff. But what about the gun in the trash can? That I don't know nothing about, I swear it. All he told me was to wear a jacket with a red hood and to point the pointer at the president. I never thought for a minute blow up my face so bad. I'm sorry, truly I am. Thank you, Miss Lloyd. I'd like you to testify to that effect when this goes to trial. It ought to go a long way towards proving that the assassination was a sham. What's wrong with you people? Don't any of you know what's good for you? Don't you know what's good for you? Planning a whole fake fucking assassination? Like, dude, what the fuck? My sympathies, Mr. Knight. Had you successfully removed me from this case as you intended, perhaps you could have kept your paw on quiet. So let me get it straight. You told Tabby, if you let slip about our faking that assassination plot, we'll have you convicted for murder. Or something like that. Of all the dirty. I said no such thing. That's basically what you fucking said though. He looks like a wet fucking cat. He looks like a wet fucking cat. And I am reveling in him being so fucking distraught at this moment. Him looking so distraught at this moment even. President Wang, give it up, Knight. It's time we came clean. It's our only choice. So, Mr. President, You admit that there was a plan to fake an assassination attempt. I do. I'm sorry. But why? Why do something like that? Popularity has been on the way back home. I am so glad he's coming clean right now. I thought surviving an attempt on my life might give me the boost I needed. Yeah, he's not getting re-elected. I know all we did was wrong, so yeah, it was all lies, all of it. And the bullet in the vest? It was planted ahead of time. I wasn't hit by anything today. Loser. What kind of loser plans their own fake assassination just cause they're losing popularity? Like, come on, grow up. But then, what was up with the killer? Our plan got out somehow. And then he just appeared, hell-bent on turning our fake assassination into a real one. Hence the red raincoat, I suppose. He'd hoped to get close enough as a fake assassin to finish the job. There is one thing I don't understand though. Oh? And what would that be? Why did Rock have to die? If the whole thing was fake, how did he wind up getting killed for real? So wait, I thought that these two, Knight and the President, would have had something to do with Rock's death, but they didn't do it? Okay, that's true, and therein lies the real question. Who's a fine bodyguard, the best in fact. It may not have been a native of Zhengfar, but he was someone I could fully trust. Knight? Did you actually do it? You wanna fess up? Mr. Rock must have been hiding something to gain the trust of someone who'd hide from his own shadow. Sounds like he was as trustworthy to the President as I am to you, Hussar. I believe that's for me to say, Detective, not you. Mr. Rock must have known about the plan too, then, correct? He wasn't aware of any specific details, so not really. Okay. I tried to involve him, but he refused. And you would have done well to listen to him. Yeah, you're pathetic. You're pathetic. This is a tragedy. The life of a good man has been wasted. What was so great about him anyways? What's gone into him? He was just another piece on the board, there to protect you, nothing more. Mr. Knight, how could you? Who was it that actually went along with your plan, Mr. President? While that pious coward backed down when you needed him to step up the most. I value your support too, of course, but look, I'm your chief bodyguard now. That's all that matters. And now that spineless fool Rook is gone, things are gonna change around here. Thanks to me, genius strategist, grandmaster, rightful leader of this team. He's a crazy fucking bastard. We're all well aware of your ambitions, Knight, but doesn't this seem a little imprudent to you? Why? My plan this time was perfect, as they always are, and as they always will be. That's quite a statement, especially considering that your perfect plan was an abject failure. Yeah, no thanks to you and that buffoon Rook. And how exactly was it Mr. Rook's fault? If he hadn't died, the killer would have never come after me, and I wouldn't have had to let you on this plane. Please, Mr. Knight, you mustn't talk like that. Fine. The guy died protecting you, Mr. President. I'm sure that's just what he always wanted. But did he die protecting the President? Wait, I thought the whole assassination thing was fake. Oh, come on, do you have to say everything twice? We planned a fake assassination, but somebody else came along and tried to make it real. You? Maybe? 2 shots were fired, remember? Like you said, Edward, one of them was the bullet I shot through that balloon. But a second, that wasn't me. Oh, really? Then who did fire it? The real assassin, but not the killer. His plan was to come after the President with a knife. Not the most likely suspect here. It's the piece cowering quietly in the corner. Our lily white queen over there. What? Miss Lloyd? Again with this, I'm not your damn assassin. But is that really true? I for one don't believe it. The gun in the trash can, it can only belong to you. Sure. As soon as I shot that balloon, I rushed over to help Rook escort the President back onto the plane. I left Rock here in this room while I secured the president in the safe room. When I came back out, Rock was lying there on the ground. This journalist must have shot Rock while we were escorting the president off stage. That single killer shot was fired by the gun you found in the trash can. But the gun in the trash can had 2 bullets missing, not just 1, implying that it was shot twice. So you don't actually know when the victim was struck by the bullet, do you? The knight doesn't protect the Rock, Edward. He protects the king. You want to translate? He means that his only concern was protecting the president. Lose the king and you lose the game. Isn't that the first rule of chess? By winning which the key piece is sacrificed is a hollow victory indeed. Doesn't matter, it's still a victory. I kept the president safe. I win. But it's a bit early to be calling our little match in any case, for this is where our battle really begins. Okay, we've got our rebuttal. Okay, I want to skip to that last statement where he was saying about the gun. I want to present the revolver. So you contend that it was you who shot the balloon and Miss Lloyd who shot Mr. Rock? Are you sure about that? Sure, I'm sure. Well, while what you've proposed would indeed match up with the total number of shots heard, the gun from the trash can itself has also been fired twice. What the fuck was that face? What the fuck? What the fuck? No fucking. What the fuck? I'm screenshotting that. I'm screenshotting that because that is too fucking funny. Okay, I'm gonna post that on Twitter because that is fucking hilarious. Ace Attorney witnesses make the stupidest fucking faces and it is so fucking funny. So yeah. Now why would the supposed number of shots heard from this gun differ from the number of spent rounds? It's simple, because it was planted by the real perpetrator of the crime. Somebody faked the evidence? Yeah, and if you think about it, the reason for doing so is obvious. To ensure that whoever found the gun would conclude that the shooter had been in the spectator area. And in order to do that, they had to make it seem as if both shots had come from this one weapon. I get it, so that's why it's got 2 spent rounds, huh? Precisely, as we have already proven, the bullet that burst the balloon came from a different weapon, which makes it entirely possible that the bullet which killed Mr. Rook didn't come from this gun either. Nice work, Edgeworth. That's some high-grade sleuthing. But why don't we get to the point? We've come this far. Spit it out. Oh, I intend to. Don't you worry. The person who really shot Mr. Rook was...
Take that!
Like we just said, like we've been saying all stream. You, Mr. Knight. You're the one who murdered Mr. Rock. Ooh. Finally got up the courage to say it, huh? Surely not. Surely you wouldn't have. It wasn't only the killer who tried to take advantage of this fake murder plot. You killed Mr. Rook hoping that he would look like an accidental victim of the bungled assassination. With the president locked away in the safe room and the door of the airplane tightly closed, it was just you and Mr. Rook alone together. And that was when the 3rd bullet was fired right into your colleague's body. Wait, you really gotta claim there's a third one now? You just said only 2 gunshots were heard. Wanna tell me how that works? Soundproofing. Airplane cabins are practically soundproof, Mr. Knight. If you close the door, nothing can be heard from the outside. Not even gunfire. Wasn't the president right next door? Very true, which means he may have heard the gun himself. Well, Mr. President, I didn't hear anything. But you can observe this room through your security feed, can you not? The camera in this room isn't normally on. I have to manually switch it on when I enter the safe room. And that's what you did this time, too. Right? He didn't. Well, he didn't. What's gone into him? Mr. President, this is vitally important. Please, President Wang. Fine, I was busy hiding under the bed, covering my ears. What, even though you knew the whole thing wasn't real? Yeah, because I hate the sound of guns. Just the slightest hint of that awful noise and... oh, it's just too much. They're sadder than a pot of overcooked crawfish. Mr. Knight, you saw that President Wang was cowering beneath the bed. And what's more, you knew from the monitor bank that the security camera for this room hadn't been switched on. Which means you knew that the circumstances were perfect for you to fire the third shot straight at Mr. Rook. That's what the blanked out TV... oh no, never mind. I was gonna say that's what the blanked out TV is for, but no, that's the room of our... that's our current room, so don't ignore that point that I was about to make. Knight, how could you really have betrayed my trust so horribly? Think I killed my old half-wit? You don't trust me much, do you? This is the thanks I get for putting my life on the line for you day after day? I want to believe you, but I don't get it. I just don't get it. When I started to doubt here, well, you don't believe that the girl over there could have done it? No, because this gun isn't a murder weapon. We know this from the number of bullets fired. Yeah? Well, how do you know there wasn't a spent bullet from the start? What? Someone could have fired a bullet from that gun yesterday or the day before. Then today, another bullet. The bullet that hit Rook. That's pure speculation, pal, and you know it. Maybe. But can you prove it's not true? No, without any certainty, no. You never without conclusive proof. Come on. A single piece of evidence straight through my heart, I dare you. Well, what are you waiting for? There must be something, mustn't there, Mr. Edgeworth? If we can't prove it, Tabby's... Please, Ruffles. I messed up, I know I did. I should have never done what I did, not even for a scoop. But murder? No, it ain't me. It ain't a matter of spawning my body. Conclusive proof. If only I could prove that Knight's gun is the murder weapon. Wait, perhaps I can. If you at least had the bullet that burst the balloon, we might have a scrap of credibility. But we don't have the bullet. Imagine you could have run forensics to see if it matched my gun. We don't have it. If we had the bullet that killed Mr. Rook, forensics could tell us which gun it was fired from. No proof, no case, end of conversation.
Objection!
We can't prove it. Put it right there. What now? You're now about to claim you do have proof? Of course I do. Yeah, the proof of bluffing. This ought to be good. Alright, bring it on. Show me this proof of yours. The bullet that killed Mr. Rook is the key to ending our little game. Very well, my conclusive evidence is... No, possession. Fuck's sake. Not currently in my possession. Alright then, thanks for playing, folks, but that's game over. However, it is here in this room. Ooh, what? As we know, the bullet that killed Mr. Rook passed through his body. Where did it end its journey? Perhaps we should cast our minds back to an earlier conversation. After passing through his body, the bullet that took Mr. Rook's life, and it found itself lodged in the vest. He's right, the president hadn't been wearing that vest, things could have been a lot worse. But now, of course, we know that the so-called assassination attempt was a complete fabrication. The vest was prepared in advance, made to look as if it had been hit by a bullet. Which begs the question, where's the real bullet? I like it, a twist. This is good stuff, Edgeworth. Come on then, don't leave us in suspense. Does any of the evidence point to where the bullet that killed Mr. Rook may have ended up? The only thing in this room that we really have is like security monitors, the bulletproof vest, but then we would have noticed another. No, the bulletproof vest wouldn't have been here. I assume that the president would have had it on. So I'm gonna go with security.
Take that!
Alright, because of the glass in the one with the toy. There's something very clearly missing from this room. Yeah, a prosecutor with some common sense. Take a look at the bank of security monitors. Oh, I see you've caught on, Mr. President. Splendid. There are screens here showing views from all around this aircraft, inside and out. The only external angle not covered is the right-hand side of the aircraft. And that's because one of the monitors is missing. There was a monitor in that space previously, wasn't there, Mr. President? There was. I have no idea what my plushie is doing now though. It appears to be someone's vain attempt to hide what is obviously lacking. But where did it go and why? The why is easy enough to answer, because it was struck by a bullet. For if we were to believe that the bullet in the vest was the real deal, then anything that hinted at the existence of another bullet had to be removed. So where did the missing monitor go? Where indeed? I do believe that it must be hidden somewhere on this plane. After all, there wouldn't have been time to dispose of it outside the aircraft. Detective Gumshoe, conduct a search if you would. By the way, sir, Mr. President, extraterritoriality, remember? I have no objection to the search. Please, go ahead. If it will help us to discover the truth behind what happened to Rook, I will not stand in your way. Oh, he's outside! Oh, what are you? I don't believe this! Yeah, well, you better fucking do, you fucking loser. Rook this, Rook that. Don't you ever think about anybody else? The search has been authorized, Detective. If you wouldn't mind. Sir, I found the monitor. Excellent work. Now go ahead and extract the bullet. Let's see if I put my hand in there and just... Come on. Got it. Well, would you look at that? Blood. This is the bullet that killed Mr. Rook. There's no doubt about it. And there you have it, Mr. Knight. The single piece of evidence you requested. Straight through your heart. Even you must now admit if this bullet didn't come from the Psssttt area gun, there's a Miss Lloyd. Can it be Mr. Rook's killer? He knows. What, no pithy comeback? Detective, have forensics analyze the bullet for striations and compare them to the gun we found. Yes, sir. We'll get the evidence you need. You can count on it. Alright, let's hear what forensics has to say. Our findings are as follows, sir. Firstly, the blood on the bullet is indeed that of the victim. Perfect. Proving that it was the bullet that killed Mr. Rook. Secondly, we found that Mr. Knight's fingerprints on the gun. Probably from when I handed all the evidence over to him. Now for the key part, the striations. If they're not matched, then Miss Lloyd is in the clear. Lastly, the striations on the bullet are a match with this weapon. Oh. What? How could that be? No way. Oh, come on. There's no doubt about it, sir. This is the gun that fired the bullet. Come on, forensics. As I was hyping you up and turning out a blaze, man. I'm disappointed in you, forensics man. How? Well, isn't that something? Conclusive proof that I was right. He's a fucking dickhead. I hate him. What's the matter? Didn't think you had me backed into a corner, did you? Guess you misread the board. Because the only one backed into a corner here is you. Oh, please. You are such a bitch. I hate him so much. There's no denying it. Forensics proved that the gun and the bullet are a match. The bullet that killed Rock was fired from the gun you found in the spectator area. So who pulled the trigger? It can't have been me. I was up on stage, which leaves your little friend. That hack killed Rock. She's the murderer, and you just proved it. I hate this guy so much. I hate this guy so fucking much. Your move, Edgeworth, but just remember 2 things. 1, where you found that gun, and 2, which gun the fatal bullet came from. Whichever way you look at it, I can't have been the shooter. How did it come to this? Me and the president, we admitted to faking the assassination attempt. Now it's your turn to admit something. Who the killer really is. No, I don't want to. I really don't want to. I don't want to admit it's Tabby, please. There's no way Tabby did it, is there? Don't let him get to you, Kay. We just need to go over his statements again. There must be something further we can deduce from them. Okay, let's do this, Mr. Edgeworth.
Hold it!
I hate this guy so much. No, that's...
Objection!
What was it you just said? You said that forensics would back you up? How does it feel to be shot in the chest by your own conclusive proofer? Not so good, I imagine. The bullet and the gun are a match, Mr. Edgeworth. That kinda has to mean that Tabby pulled the trigger, no? Even so, I simply cannot accept that. But sir, there's no denying the evidence. There isn't, so what am I missing? If I assume Miss Lloyd to be innocent, then the gun and the bullet shouldn't be a match. What is it, Kay? I was just thinking, if the evidence points to something that doesn't seem possible, then maybe there's something wrong with it? You're asking me to call the evidence into question? It's possible? But there's no way Tabby did this, right? And the guns are the same, like, model, so maybe some error happened? Maybe? So if the evidence says that she did, then the problem must lie there. Wait, what if the gun that Knight now currently has wasn't originally his and was actually someone else's? Like, for example, it was originally like someone, I don't know who else, it would have been like another 8 bodyguards or agents or something. And the one in the bin, the one in the spectator area, was originally his, and he did a little switcheroo. You seem very sure about this. Call it my great thief's intuition. Intuition, huh? Still, she could be right. I simply don't believe Miss Lloyd to be a malicious liar, which means, as someone who believes that evidence is everything in court, the irony is not lost on me, but if I were to call a piece of evidence into question, it would have to be the gun. If something untoward is going on here, it would have to involve the weapon, not the bullet. After all, we only just recovered the bullet a little while ago. Furthermore, we know that Mr. Knight had an opportunity to handle the gun. Now hand over the evidence you have gathered and remove yourself from this plane. I do as he says if I were you, Edgeworth. This cannot really be the end of the line, can it? Indeed, he had ample opportunity. There's no doubt that this gun is the weapon that was used in the crime, which means it must belong to
Take that!
Knight. The gun belongs to Mr. Knight. He switched them around. That has to be it. That has to be it. Yeah, he had to have switched them around. Okay, the bullet that killed Rook was fired from the gun found in the spectator area. This was yours. I mean, you switched the guns, didn't you, Mr. Knight? That's why the markings matched the weapon in question. It was yours all along. An intriguing move there, Edgeworth, and you must have made the switch when I handed over the evidence. while I was busy trying to make the case for remaining on the investigation. You took the laser sight from the gun we found in the trash can and put it on your own. Then, not long afterwards, you handed that gun back to me, and instead of the one we found. I did, huh? You think I somehow knew you'd find, let alone run forensics on that bullet sometime in the future? It's not so strange. You're a chess player after all. A man well used to thinking several moves ahead. Sick moves. Ashamed you won't be able to do that anymore in prison. I'm flattered, but as much as it pains me to admit it, you're overestimating my abilities. Besides, do you even have any proof that I made the switch? The gun is the same model as mine. Weird, sure, but it's just a coincidence. And look, there's a laser sight attached. Also, take a look at the cylinder. 2 spent bullets, just like what we'd expect to see. So what proof do you have that I switched the original gun out for mine? Huh, none. That's what. He's a bitch. I fucking hate him. You say I'm overestimating your abilities? You surprise me. What can I say? I'm a modest guy. More modest than you, that's for sure. Everywhere except at the chessboard, that is. Well, I don't see a chessboard here, do you? Oh my god. His tie is supposed to be a chessboard. That makes a lot of sense. Seeing as though we've got a lot of chess imagery and like chess that kind of puns in this case. You know, we've got rook, we've got a character named rook, a piece in chess. We've got a character named knight, a piece in chess, and all the chess references that he's saying at this moment. I guess. Shame. Still, guess that gives you a nice excuse. I didn't mess up. I just didn't have the right evidence. I don't think I'll be the one making excuses. Rather, I didn't mess up. They just got lucky with the evidence. Will be your excuse, I'd imagine. Let's have a look through the evidence. Not evidence. Testimony. My brain is not braining at the moment. Switch to the original gun out from mine, huh? No, that's what.
Objection!
The gun? I have your proof right here. That's your proof. I think you've been working too hard, Edward. Not the gun itself, the evidence it carries. Evidence that will prove once and for all that it does in fact belong to you. I'm looking forward to this. Go ahead, make your move. What's about to come into play? The rook, the bishop? No, a pawn, surely. The evidence the gun will provide takes the form of... I'm gonna say fingerprints. Fingerprints. Namely your fingerprints, Mr. Knight.
Objection!
My prints? Of course my prints are on the gun. You handed it right to me when you gave up the evidence. How could they not do that? What if I told you there are prints on a part of the gun that you shouldn't have touched at any point? What? Where? You can't prove that. Oh, but I can. There is a place where your fingerprints could never have been left if things happen as you say. Allow me to present you the final piece of evidence. That will bring our game to its rightful conclusion. Okay. Oh. Barrel? The barrel? Look closely at the cylinder, detective. 2 bullets fired, but where are the prints we're looking for, sir? On the bullets themselves? You did indeed switch the guns when I handed you the evidence. But if that were all you had done, your deception would have been easily detected, because the number of bullets fired by each gun would be different. There were 2 spent bullets in the gun we found. Yeah, but what about Mr. Knight's gun? You know that he fired 2 bullets from the stage into the balloon. And he fired another bullet into Mr. Rook and ended his life. So 3 bullets in total, plus the few odd ones he let loose in shock during our little game. And after each shot, he reloaded his gun out of habit. With his bare hands, of course. Officer, where exactly were Mr. Knight's fingerprints found, the ones you mentioned in your report? Sir, they were found on the exterior of the weapon, but also on the bullets themselves. Forensics, you have redeemed yourselves. Forensics man, you're now in my good graces again. I'm not sure they could have gotten there just from me handing you the evidence, Mr. Knight. And there we have it. Proof that you did indeed switch the guns. This gun, the one which fired the bullets that killed Mr. Rock, is yours. And in taking his life, you are the true assassin. I didn't. Elementary, my dear Knight. I forgot his name for a second. Checkmate. It's a tiny breakdown, yeah. I love those references to past cases, those pieces of evidence that dropped on his head. Like, one of them was the Blue Badger, and another one, I know for at least one of them was the Blue Badger, and another one was the Thinker, I think. I was going to be the new chief of security, that blasted Rook. If it hadn't been for him, I would have been in charge for now. I would have been in control of the whole team. My plan was perfect. The fake assassination was supposed to be flawless. Detective Gumshoe. By the way, sir. Yeah, get out of here, you loser. Curse you, Edgeworth. Fuck you. Our game isn't over. Yeah. I'm afraid this is as far as we go for today. The next moves we play will be in the courtroom. But it's not fair. It's not fair. Yeah, go be a crybaby in prison. See how far that gets you. Okay, we're back on Quad Lake with the president and two other bodyguards that are unimportant, so they look exactly the same. Mr. Edgeworth, I owe you a debt of gratitude. You exposed the murderer within the ranks of my own personal guard, and I will not soon forget that. He's suddenly very presidential again, now that we're back outside the plane. I saw it, you know, when I first proposed the fake assassination to him. You want me to handle it, not Rook? I did 5 minutes, by the way. Rook refused. But I can rely on you, can't I? Of course, sir. You can count on me. I'll put together a plan that can't possibly fail. And he'll play his part like the pawn he is. The hatred in his eyes was plain to see. He despised poor Rook. I was not entirely comfortable about moving forward with Knight in charge of our little deception. But looking back, I think he sensed my discomfort. I can't help thinking I played a part in his decision to end Rook's life. Mr. President, none of this would have happened if you hadn't planned to make an attempt on your life. That was your crime, and it's a crime you'll have to live with. You are right. I can only apologize for the part I played, and I will no doubt be made to pay for my actions in one way or another. But I thank you nonetheless. You solved the riddle of Rook's demise, and for that I shall be eternally grateful. I'll be here in your country for a little while longer yet. But when I have returned home, perhaps you will visit us in Genfar. You will always be welcome. Oh, thank you. You don't know how grateful I am. Also, that ends well. Miss Lloyd, the accusation of murder made against you was, of course, entirely groundless. But the fact remains that you are a willing participant in the staged assassination attempt. The police will no doubt wish to speak to you about the matter. You should be aware that you may well be punished for your actions. I know, and I'm awful sorry about everything. Truly I am. I understand your desire for escape, but there are limits. There sure are. I've got me some serious thinking to do. You didn't, Mr. Edgeworth. That was something else. Local prosecutor solves assassination conundrum, earns eternal gratitude of president. How's that for a headline? Hey, that's my department. Mr. Prosecutor, how does it feel to be how does it feel to solve such an important case? You must be over the moon. She certainly doesn't stay down for long. No comment. Dan, you're one tight-lipped son of a gun. As well I should be. This case is not over yet. It isn't? How come, sir? Because until we unravel the story behind this, the case will never be completely over. And I'm guessing he's talking about Mr. the Killer himself. The Killer's calling card. Mr. the Killer has yet to complete his assignment. You mean he might still try to murder the president? I hope I'm wrong, but if I'm not, this could all blow up into something more sinister yet. As one would expect with the attempted assassination of a president, the case was all over the news. And my preparations for Mr. Knight's trial were constantly interrupted by requests from the press. There wasn't a person in the land who didn't know about the case. Everybody was talking about it. But in the midst of a frenzy that followed, nobody noticed that this was only the first move in a game far bigger than any of us could have imagined. And that is the end of Talking About Trigger. I'm gonna let the ad play out in a minute. You don't know. I'll let the ad play out now while I'm saving and doing all that shit. And like having a drink and shit. And yeah, well, I'll see you guys after the ad. So yeah, I'll let it run now. Hurry up. Hurry up. There we go. So yeah, let us see. Let's see over there. And yeah, our next case is the captive turnabout. Okay, yeah, I want the captive turnabout next. Oh, I think we meet Verity Gavel next episode, which is gonna be amazing. I'm gonna love that. I think Verity Gavel has such a cool design. New items that unlocked in the gallery. Oh, we can have a look at those in a minute. How long does this case look? Okay, so it's got 4 parts, which the first part doesn't look too bad. It doesn't look too long. The middle looks long as shit. And then the next part looks kind of longer. And then the end part looks long as shit. So we've been playing this for a while. It depends how long it takes me to play each part. So yeah, we're gonna favorite that on the strategy wiki just in case I need help with that, help with the case. And yeah, I'm gonna close that down. And who shall I might as well close down investigations. Oh wait, no, do I want to look in the gallery? Do I want to look in the gallery for the new stuff, or do I want to do that after I've completed the entire game? I'll do that after I've completed the entire game. I'll do it after I've completed the entire collection. So yeah, let's exit that. Let's see. I think I might make Tater. But yeah, we'll decide that after the ad has ended. So yeah, this has been quite a fun stream to do. Yeah, I would have streamed longer on Friday. I'd finished this case on Friday if I wasn't in work early yesterday. So yeah. And I'm putting moisturizer on my hands again. My hands get entirely dry. I think that's going to be like a new routine for me on stream, just putting moisturizer on my hands when the ad is playing. So yeah. And the ad is almost over. Just wait for it to end. And you've got like a few seconds left. So yeah. I should really put like an ad thing on the stream, on the actual video capture, so people know when the stream is occurring, if like some people are subscribers and stuff. Welcome back to the ad anyways. We're gonna go right out now. But yeah, I was gonna go look over the stuff in the gallery because we did get new stuff in the gallery, but I've decided that I'm probably gonna do that after I finish the entire game and look over all the stuff. So yeah, let's go right out. gonna go right out to Tita Queen, who is playing a bit of Coral Island. So yeah, let's raid out to Tita. Let's raid Tita Queen 89. I hope you've enjoyed this stream. All my socials are in the commands on Twitch, though those only work during stream because that's when I have Mixer open. I also have my socials in my About Me section on Twitch and in my description on YouTube if you are watching over there. Hope you have enjoyed, and I shall see you guys next week for some more Prosecutor's Gambit for some more Ace Attorney. We're going to be starting the Captive Turnabout next Friday at 8:30 p.m. GMT. We have changed time zones. Now. So yeah, I shall see you guys next week. Yeah, bye. Bye. Let's read it out. Yes, it has.